Hi, everyone, and welcome to Pinstripe People, a Yankees podcast sponsored by FanDuel and presented on the Believe Network. Mike Lindsley is my co-host. How are you today, Mike?
Sal, I'm okay. Pretty good weekend overall. Busy sports weekend. Fun Sunday. Open Championship, World Cup Final. Double dip with the Yankees. Tons of baseball. We'll get to this team right now.
Yeah, I don't care about the World Cup, so I have no idea what
know
even
you
happened.
don't.
I think Spain won. I heard on Twitter. I don't have any interest in it at all. All I kept seeing about that, Mike, was that how they had the grass down at MetLife Stadium and how the NFL should keep it. And I, of course, people are stupid and apparently don't realize that there's two teams that play in that stadium, so maintaining the grass would be a little bit difficult. But whatever. I did watch a little bit of the Open because I care much more about that, and that was interesting. Didn't expect Ryan Fox to win, but hey, good for him, first major championship. And I love how he stepped up on 18 and didn't even think about it and just banged in a birdie putt to win it. So pretty cool. So that was entertaining. Now the Yankees, on the other hand, not entertaining. In between all of that, or on either side of all of that, was the misery of watching them play against the Dodgers twice on Sunday. And Mike, look, they stole the game Sunday night to avoid the sweep because the Red Sox have won 500 games in a row, including the last four against the Rays. The Yankees gained ground in the AL East. They're only a game and a half back now. But Mike, it really is hard to look at this weekend and look at the past month and have any faith that the Yankees, it all seems like it's going to be, who cares that they're close to the Rays? What is this team going to be able to do? Because they're so horrible on offense. You just can't win if you can't score. So it's hard for me to really feel good, even though they did steal a game and they gained ground in the Rays.
There's no doubt. And you know what, Sal? Like, we talk about dynasties all the time in sports, right? You've seen the Chiefs dynasty take care of the Bills over and over. Saw the Patriots do it in football. Remember the 90s Yankees dynasty. We haven't had dynasties since then, but the Dodgers right now are the closest thing to those 90s Yankees. I think everybody would agree with that. They give you a little bit of that feel, too, when everybody's coming up. You're like, oh, Freeman. Oh, that's... And then at the bottom of the order, you're like, just get this out, please. I don't want to see Ohtani. Or it's another guy, and Will Smith isn't even in there. And it took Betts forever to get going. And you're like, oh, Pages. And I mean, there's just so many different, they give you that feeling of, oh, Tino, oh, Jeter, oh, Posada, oh, Bernie, oh, you're right, the next guy. And also, I think with elite dynastic teams, they get a lot of the credit for being the best this, the greatest that, right? We throw out all these superlatives. But the thing that always goes missing in talking about them is they do the little things a little bit better than you.
Yep.
Base running, fundamentals, simplistic stuff, taking advantage of innings where you screw up. Hello, Friday night. Grisham. Hello, Sunday. More bad base running and runners in scoring position. The Yankees got away with it Sunday. They did not on Friday. Saturday was obviously washed out, but Sunday night and then earlier Sunday afternoon, they just got absolutely pounded, especially when the runs kept pouring and the bullpen just got out of control. But those are some things that happen with the Dodgers. Yeah, it's men versus boys. Yeah, they got $200-300 more million than a lot of other teams. They spend it. Some teams do, some teams don't. But they do the little things a lot better than you as well. And it's just every little level, right? Was Dodgers up here, Yankees down here. And I think that that's the way it was in the World Series. And Hedrick, by the way, probably covered first base on that great play and ran into Cole and said, that's how you do it. But yeah. This is just who the Yankees are right now. But hey, I know you were dancing in the living room because your boy homered to save him on Sunday night.
Oh, I wasn't dancing. I was actually swearing at the TV like about friggin' time that you did something, Jazz Chisholm. Yeah, that was shocking. That shocked me because once Edman hit the home run in the top half, I just figured there's no way they're not winning this game. Anyways, let's go back to Friday because you mentioned it, and it really started the train rolling for me. My blood pressure was soaring. Well, I got a day off Saturday because of the rain out, so that was actually good. But Friday night, man, I'll tell you, Mike, nothing pisses me off more when professional athletes don't give it their all. Yeah. These guys are paid obscene amounts of money, and the simplest skill that any of them can have is to run, right? We all can run. I can't run as fast as Jazz Chisholm can or Trent Grisham even, but I can at least try to run. You can too. We're old men compared to these guys that are making hundreds of millions of dollars. Trent Grisham is one of the worst base runners I've ever encountered. I mean, there's guys that are just flat out slow and they can't do anything. This guy should be faster than he is, or he shouldn't be as slow as, a truck going up a 80-degree hill or something. That pissed me off in the worst way Friday night. You know the scene. The game is, what was it, 1-1? It was 2-1 at that point. Dodgers leading. He draws a nice walk. He worked a good at bat to get on base.
Yep.
He's on first base as the tying run. Ben Rice rips a laser to right center. I mean, I don't know. I'm watching on TV. You can't even see the ball going, and it's going to be in the gap. I mean, we just know. Grisham has the best seat in the house. He's looking right at it. He jogs halfway to second. Then he realizes, it didn't get over the fence. I better get going. Because he didn't have the running start, Mike, he can't get himself going until he gets to third base. And then he's even hesitating because for a split second, Luis Rojas was going to hold him. But then he saw that the Paez throw was way offline, so he sent him. He's like, okay, come on, get going. Grisham, of course, does not make it. Betts didn't even make a good throw. It was a good throw in the fact that he's running and he got it to the plate, but it was on the first base side. Rushing catches it, comes over, makes a great tag, and Grisham's out by a hair. Mike, if he just runs, he scores standing up. It's not even a play at the plate. That stuff pisses me off, and the Yankees do it too much. Now, I don't watch every other team, but I watch this team, and we see this constantly, the knuckleheadedness that this team has when it comes to basic fundamental baseball skills. Give me your take on that. Were you as pissed off as I was? Some people were even in the press conferences, all the beat writers are talking about the Luis Rojas send. Like, why did he do it? That wasn't the issue. Mm-hmm. You've got to score a run when you're not scoring runs. You had a chance. If this friggin' guy is running, it's an easy run. Give me your take on it.
No doubt. And you know what you think about, or at least I think about every single time when I see a guy dogging it in baseball? The quote by Joe DiMaggio. You don't know who's going to see it for the first time, so you always run hard. I'm paraphrasing, or you show up that day and play hard. I mean, he said it a bunch of different ways. And it's just so typical of so many things in baseball and also with this Yankee team, and also how it just seems to be okay, right? Like, it seems to be okay. Didn't Joe Girardi get fired for getting on guys for like, yo, you got to hustle, please, to first base? That was part of he was too hard on players. Guys didn't get to first in time or give it their all. I mean, think about like just watching a Fernando Tatis, how long it takes him to get out of the box, and there's a ball that's maybe going over the wall. You don't know. There's 4 or 5 guys on the Yankees who do this. There's guys all over baseball who do this, and it drives you crazy because the one thing is, it's just the effort part. That's all it is. It's just the effort. Like, a lot of times when you get beat on a ball by a step, but you hit it in the game, you tried, right? I mean, it's almost like the Little League thing, right? Like, when you think about watching a Little Leaguer in front of, 20 people, including parents, and the kid hustles, and then he's got the head down, right? He's going back to his team. You see the coach go up, pat him on the back. Nice try. How many times do we hear a coach, a parent, somebody say that to a kid or a player? Nice try. Well, no, Trent Grisham, not nice try, because you blew it. And by the way, that was a huge run in that game. Huge game. Huge run.
I mean, who knows if they go on to win the game, but I mean, what really sucked is that it was 4 feet away from being a home run. That would have solved the issue, but it wasn't. But anyways, it should have been at least tied, and then at least you've got a chance. But we never got to see that because Grisham didn't hustle. Now, obviously, the other decision in that game was the Gerrit Cole decision. And look, I'm not going to kill Boone for this. Maybe you have a different take. This bullpen has been good. I will agree that they have pitched better than even I think they've been pitching, and that's a fact. But in that situation, Mike, you've got Gerrit Cole, who I still think there's the new ace, but consider Cole is a semi-ace, right? He was pitching great that night. His pitch count was getting up, but it wasn't out of control. And he felt like he could go after Muncy and get him. I'm okay with Boone leaving him in there. How many times do we scream at Boone for taking a pitcher out when he seems to be pitching great? We do it all the time. So everyone jumped on Boone for letting him stay in. I'm not going to. This is on Cole, right? Cole asked to stay in the game. He battled Muncy. He couldn't put him away, and then he leaves a slider right over the heart of the plate, ends up in the second deck, and there's the winning run. So give me your take on Boone on this, but on this one, I can't kill him for it. It was on Cole for not executing.
Yeah, and by the way, it's just Sal and I here. You can catch our last episode with Mike Vaccaro in case people are looking at that note on the last show with him. Awesome show, though, with Bosses the Bronx in that book. But if you're looking for Mike again, he's not hiding in my closet or he's not
that's my fault.
He's not kidnapped at Sal's place. Okay, so I was good with either choice. And I never say that with the Yankees. I was good with either choice. I was good with Boone leaving him in because Cole is Cole. He's very stubborn, and he's almost a little Mike Messina there, right? Like I'm better and I'm smarter than you, and this and that and the other thing. I was also okay with him taking him out. Why? Because of the new fresh power that could come out of the bullpen against a team that can launch one like that. In today's day and age,
and that was the argument. You're right. That was the argument right there.
That was. And the Dodgers are a team that, and there's others, but the Dodgers seem to be more like the team. Again, I bring up the 90s Yankees. Take advantage. That one pitch. Gerrit Cole had a terrible sequence. Gerrit Cole nibbled a bunch. I thought he should have easily thrown just high fastballs, right? Yeah. Just kind of try to maybe like one and up away, just get him to chase a couple. And the worst thing you can do, Sal, is put a couple down, try to get him to chase something off speed and walk him. And you didn't give up the long ball. Then Boone comes back out and gets a bullpen player, right? So I was okay with either one. It just happened that he put a great swing on it. But again, Cole nibbled a little bit there. I mean, he had a 0-2, right?
Yeah, he was ahead of him. And here's the killer. The fourth pitch would have been strike three. If Wells had challenged, or who was back behind the plate? Was it Wells that night?
Yeah, and his excuse was, well, I didn't want to waste them. And I'm thinking, man, in that spot you do.
Wells has been the worst hitter in all of baseball, but he's been very good at challenges this year.
Has been.
He had a great night, Sunday night. Yep. That one, they had just lost a challenge, I believe, maybe the inning before. I think it was a batter. I forget what it was. And he wanted to protect it, but you're right. Where else are you going to use in a bigger spot than that? If he had challenged that pitch, it was strike three, inning over. He didn't. 4 pitches later, the ball's in the seat. So that really, that sucked. It was unfortunate. I can't kill Wells. It was close, but yeah, I mean, that was when you looked at where that pitch was, when you go the pitch by pitch on the MLB app, I'm like, oh shit.
Plus again,
strike 3 or 4.
Right. And plus against the Dodgers, I think in that exact spot when you have to win these games 2-1, 3-2, because you don't have Judge, you're making bad mistakes on the base pass. Like Sal, when you go, like, I guess it's kind of like a read the room situation. And it's the team you're playing in the moment, that batter, that moment, that pitch, that pitcher, that sequence, that it's like right there. And I get the point if you're playing the Royals. Like, oh, we had to save them late. This is the Dodgers, man. Like, everybody can kill you, and you have to win one-run ball games against this club mostly. If you don't win a one-run game, which look what happened, right? Yep. Friday, and look what happened Sunday. Okay, you're going to lose 8-2. Which they did. I can't even remember if that was the score, but they lost 8-2. Okay, 8-2 in the first game on Sunday. So you're either going to win by 1 run because you're playing that team, or you're going to lose control and get blown out because it's that team. I would have used the challenge.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's move forward to the Sunday game. They had a rain out on Saturday. Now here's
awesome rain out, huge because it was an 8:08 start.
Oh yeah, I know. Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Oh, I felt the same way, pal. If it's a Sunday or Saturday afternoon, I'm pissed. All right. So they get the rain out. We avoid being up all night watching the game. So I spent the first part of the newsletter this morning, Mike, talking about the decision to go with Schlittler in the first game against Yamamoto. Now, Mike, to me, Aaron Boone, obviously arrogant, pumping his chest. No professional athlete is ever going to know or say that, yeah, we're probably have no chance against Yamamoto. But come on, the reality was, given the way the Yankees offense is right now, they weren't going to do anything against Yamamoto. So my thought was, throw the bullpen game against him almost as a sacrificial lamb. And then when you need to win that last game to avoid the sweep, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's just reality. They weren't going to win both games Sunday. They just weren't going to do it. They're lucky they won one game Sunday. Throw Schlittler in the evening when they're going with a bullpen game. And to me, that would have really raised your chances of winning because Schlittler is still great. Well, as it turns out, nope. He goes Schlittler versus Yamamoto. We're supposed to get this great pitcher's duel. The Dodgers grind him into dust. He's out within 4 1/3 innings because they fouled off 50 pitches. He's at 98. They have to take him out. He's down 3-1 because they do just enough against even the best pitchers to give their team a chance to win. The Dodgers do. And then from there, you're done. I mean, then in the 8th inning, I understood Boone basically throwing up the white flag and sacrificing the game because now you got to get through the second game with your bullpen and you don't have Schlittler. You're going full bullpen. So he throws the 2 worst guys out on the team and they give up 5 runs and blow the game out. So the decision to not start Schlittler in the nightcap, just, I don't know, you tell me, but it didn't make sense to me. But again, it's because these guys are all arrogant and full of piss and vigor. And, oh, yeah, we're going to throw our best guy against your guy and may the best man win. Well, yeah, the best man did win, as it turned out, by the way. Complete game hitter. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, ace versus ace, Yamamoto is better than Schlittler. Yamamoto, I would say, is, I think, one of the top maybe 4 or 5 pitchers in baseball. I really believe that.
I wrote this in the newsletter, Mike. Why doesn't he get more love? We talk about Skeens and Mizorowski and even Schlittler. This guy might be the best pitcher in baseball because he does everything great.
He goes deep, he sequences, he waits, he knows when to throw what pitch. By the way, Dave Roberts went old school, let him throw last year in the series. Look what happens when you actually let a guy go deep in a game. This game ticked me off for so many reasons. By the way, it ended up being a bullpen game anyway. So what does it matter if you were a bullpen game before? I get the mentality of ace versus ace, but again, 2-1 against Yamamoto, that's a tough one. Schlittler, by the way, on Sunday night with the bright lights and all that, we know he loves that stage. Maybe he's a little bit better and more acclimated to pitch when the lights are bright, turn him up brighter. He loves that stuff. NBC game with 58 guys in the booth. Hey, maybe you do that with a Schlittler. This game, my number one takeaway, and by the way, I agree with you. I probably would have gone bullpen game and then Schlittler at night. So I'm just going to leave that there. You're right. It got out of control. They lost the game. Done. My number one takeaway from this game is what I've been feeling for about 5 years now. And we have not talked about this. Why did Brian Cashman go away from the Far East? I understand you cannot win all the sealed bids. I understand you have to win a sealed bid. They open up the envelope. That's my wallet. There's nothing in it. But you open up a sealed bid, and then if you win that bid, you can talk to the guy to negotiate. Yomiuri Giants, Nippon, what? Why did they, after Matsui and Tanaka, go away from the Far East when we've had proof hundreds of times that these Japanese pitchers can do it? They can handle the durability, the games, the season, the competition. They can handle everything. They can handle American baseball after Ichiro opened up the door. 25, by the way, years ago, quarter of a century ago now. We have all the proof in the pudding, 100 ways to Sunday. Why did Brian Cashman, with 2 successful guys over the last 20 years that he's actually gotten, he's gotten them. Why have they gone away from the Far East?
It's a good question, and I don't have an explanation for it. I guess the only thing I would say is that back then, the Yankees were the dominant team. They were the team that spent the most money. They could afford to do it, and now that isn't the case. They've got other teams that are more than willing. Yeah, they've got other teams that are more than willing to outspend to get these Japanese players, and a bunch of them, you're right, have come over here. The Dodgers have 3 of them. I mean, Sasaki is still a work in progress, but he was great Friday night. But Yamamoto and Ohtani might be the 2 best players in baseball.
That's what I mean.
Pitcher and batter. I mean, right? I mean, it's insane.
You got to get involved. You at least got to be more involved if you're the Yankees. Like, this isn't Dodgers win the guys over Angels, Cardinals, Cubs, and who. No. This is the Yankees. This is still the Yankees. I don't care how bad they get. They're still the New York Yankees. It's still the pinstripes, the uniform, the money. why have they gone away from this? And Matsui was a monster success, as was Tanaka. Both guys who, by the way, I think deserved better in a uniform because the roster construction around them, right? Matsui won the World Series MVP. He was clutch as clutch could be. He reminded me of the 90s Yankees players in a way. When I see Yamamoto pitch against the Yankees and I see Ohtani, and I'm going, oh my gosh, how do you go that far away from the Far East? Korea, Japan, I mean, all of it. They've gone completely away from it. By the way, those guys run the bases. They respect the game. They hustle. Yep. Maybe that help out the New York Yankees. Hello, you're so bad fundamentally. You don't know the rules. You can't field. You can't friggin' run the bases. Maybe go to the Far East and find some guys who can. They've gone away from it. It drives me crazy. It's a sealed bid for money. That's all it is. You win the bid, you can try to make a contract out. It drives me nuts. And the proof is in the pudding. It's not like Ichiro failed. Homeboy's in Cooperstown. Tanaka, great. Matsui, great. Yamamoto, great already. Ohtani going to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. I mean, what are we doing here? Look at all the Japanese players around baseball. Toronto's done it. Boston's done it. All these guys have done it. The White Sox have done it. So, please, this is another Cashman thumbs down, man. But Yamamoto is unreal. He's unreal. He is.
Yeah. He is great. He is. He might be, like I said, Mizorowski throws at 105. This guy dots every pitch he throws. It's incredible to watch. And of course, it did help that he was pitching against the Yankees. Let's not forget that fact. He was pitching against a little league team, so that certainly helped him complete the game. But all right, so that was the end of that game. The Doval Bird was just, they're so bad, Mike. They did send Bird down immediately after the game. If I never see that guy again, I'll be perfectly fine with it. He has no business being on the Yankees ever again. They've got guys down there right now that can come out. Well, Shavili, however you pronounce that name, he's been really good since they called him up. Leave him up here. And I told you in the last episode, go get Giovanni Cruz. In the meantime, while we wait to see what happens at the deadline, bring Cruz up and give the kid a chance. He's been up here 3 times. He's pitched very good in all of them. Just give him a chance. He's better than Duvall and Bird. Automatically, immediately better than those two. Give him a chance. All right, let's get to Sunday night, and then we can wrap this up. Look, it felt hopeless when you look at Ryan Yarbrough on the mound to start the game. I mean, that just felt like, oh my God, they're going to kill him.
Yep.
Just like he did last year. If you remember, Mike, Yarbrough at Dodger Stadium pitched a great game, and the Yankees beat them.
Yeah.
He did it again. He pitched 2 2/3 scoreless. It was pretty easy for him, so that was nice. And then they follow with Blackburn, who's been a revelation, Mike. I mean, I wanted to launch this guy to the sun last year, and then when he made the team this year, he's been great all year. He gives them 2 solid, 2 1/3, and Hedrick, who's been awesome. So they get the game to the 7th inning, scoreless. I mean, they pitched. I mean, you could never have anticipated that the Yankees bullpen game would shut them out for 7 innings. And in the meantime, the Yankees scored, 1 run. They strung together 3 singles. First time they've had a rally. And it's almost hard to believe how long it's been. You believe this, Mike? That was the first time since June 25th in Boston that they've had a first inning lead at the end of the first inning. June 25th. That's almost a month since they've led a game after the first inning. They get the lead, and then, of course, the bullpen. You use so many bullpen guys in a day. One of them's not going to have it. Cruz didn't have it. Gives up the home run to Edman. Right then and there, Mike, I'm like, there's no way they're winning this game. They needed to get this thing 1-0 because they're not going to score again. Well, just surprised me and hits the home run in the bottom of the 8th, and they win the game. And what was really impressive about this, Mike, is Bednar came in, took over for Cruz, who sucked, and he pitched great. Bednar has been awesome, man. I mean, for a guy who had us on pins and needles every time he took the mound, for 3 months, he has been rock solid. He went through the meat of that order.
Unreal.
And when he walked Freeman to lead off the 9th, 10-pitch battle, great at bat by Freeman. Aren't you thinking, oh shit? I mean, he's going to score.
Well, a little bit though. Freeman's going to the Hall of Fame, so he's a guy who's probably going to have 3,000 hits. He's a championship player. I mean, I love Freddie Freeman. I screamed for the Yankees to get Freddie Freeman as well.
Me too.
But I also, it's you feel both ways. You're like, oh, the walk. But then you're also like, well, he didn't go deep.
Well, it's better than a home run.
Because Freeman's so good. So I was like, well, but yes, you have that feeling of, because only only because of the wear down with how many pitches.
Yeah, but then he had to go through the next three guys. I forget the order. I think it was Betts. He struck out Betts.
Yep.
And then who was next? Because Edman was the last out.
Freeman, Betts, Tucker.
Tucker. So now he's been bad all year, but he's still a major threat. He had to get through Betts, Tucker, and then Edman, who is there's the ultimate Yankee right there. I would love to have Tommy Edman on this team. Me too. And I thought for sure that Edman would do something at the end there, and he got him to strike out. Just a great performance by Bednar to save the game.
Edman is the LA Dodgers' David Eckstein.
Oh, but he's better than Eckstein.
I know.
I mean, way better than Eckstein.
Eckstein won
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, but Eckstein won a World Series MVP.
Right, he did.
He's sneaky good moment guy. And on that team in 2002, when they had Troy Gloss, they had Garrett Anderson, RIP. They had all these different guys. Yeah. Eckstein was
great.
He killed the Yankees.
Edman is just he plays 10 different positions.
100%.
Runs his ass off. By the way, he scored from first base.
I know.
He scored from first base in the first game Saturday on a double to the same spot that Rice hit his double. Because you know what? He made sure it landed, and then he busted his ass around second, around third, and around home. Anyways, I would love to have him on the team, but that was a great guy to get out because I figured for sure he'll do something and prolong it. Bednar's been great. They literally stole this game, Mike. They stole this game, so good for them. They're a game and a half back of the Rays. They actually gained ground, which is amazing given what happened this weekend. So I guess we take that away from this series, and you hope that now, because it doesn't get any easier, man. The Pirates are the best hitting team in baseball. If you could believe that, they lead the league in average, and they're also top two in about three or four other categories. They can hit and score. Yankees catch a big break because they're not going to see Skeens, so that's good. But they got the Pirates, then they got to go to the Phillies, and then I saw it on the broadcast. The next 5 series are against teams that are above 500. So, Mike, they have got to snap out of this slump, or this next 3 weeks is going to be as miserable as the previous 3 weeks.
Yeah, Bednar, by the way, looked like he was getting confident and more confident as that inning was going on and how he got out of it. Quick comment on Hedrick, too. Unbelievable slider he struck out Alfonso on, and then he struck out Ohtani as well. Benetti was making notes on that, my former coworker, on that slider that he's just had that's just been devastating this year. The Dodgers, when you can get people out in those big spots, I'm telling you, those guys, they're going to feel better about that. As far as this following schedule, man, brutal schedule. But again, even if you go a little bit low and you finish under 500 a few games through this stretch, Sal, everybody just kind of hangs around, man. I mean, I know the Red Sox won 13 in a row. I'm getting Red Sox buddy texts from people over the weekend. Yeah, they won 13 in a row. Then they'll come back a little bit. I mean, this is how this thing works, man. This is 162. But yeah, you win one, you kind of steal one. However, Friday you should have won. So that's how baseball goes. Like, you should have won Friday. You trade it for the Sunday night one. You feel like you're going to lose 2 or 3 to the Dodgers anyway, because they're the Dodgers. The Rays lose the way they did, completely unpredictable. And you just move on off the weekend. That's just how it is. Judge, though, moved to the 60-day, right? We saw that. So this team, they can't score. You got to win these 2-1 games. But, man, you can't win 2-1 games consistently, Sal, if you can't run the bases smartly and you can't hit with runners in scoring position. We left out, too, and I only have one more thing to say.
3 for 17 this weekend. I mean, and one of those didn't score a run because they held up Rice last night.
Come on, man! And I don't care if you bring in who'd they bring in Stewart, right? The Dodgers brought in Stewart with the bases loaded,
mowed him down.
I don't care if it's a new pitcher. I know what I said before about you could take Cole out and bring in the fireballers and all that. That's where I would have done it. Well, when you have the bases loaded, it's like, can you get one of the first 2 batters to just get one in the outfield?
I know. Do you ever have any faith they're going to score a run in that situation?
I don't.
I don't.
When they had bases loaded, if I was in the middle of a PT exercise for my left knee that I'm working on, which you said earlier I could run. I almost texted you, but I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to make him go crazy. I was just going to say not scoring here.
Yeah. Well, I said it on Twitter. I said that they're not scoring.
I didn't go on Twitter. I don't do that X stuff during the games, man. I don't know how you do it, but that's the last thing I wanted to say is that, they're going to hang around a little bit here, and And again, I don't think they're good enough to do anything in the playoffs anyway. With Judge, with fully healthy, I don't think they can make a deep run because they're the same team that they've been for years. But I mean, if we're going to live in the here and now, we're going to talk about, okay, the next teams and staying in and chasing the Rays and all that. Sure, all your points are right there. You nailed it. And I don't have anything better to say than that. But this team, if you're going to win 2-1 games, you can't play baseball the way you did over the weekend. You can't.
No, they can't. All right, Mike, we are, as you know, sponsored by FanDuel, and FanDuel still believing in the Yankees. And I understand why, because the American League is not great. But I don't know, man. The Yankees aren't great either. So tonight's game at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees are minus 120 on the money line, which means for all you non-gamblers, like me, by the way, that they are favored to win. Ryan Weathers pitching tonight against somebody named Brandon Ashcraft or Braxton Ashcraft, whoever.
Oh, yeah.
Some Pirates no name. I don't even know who it is. But Yankees are favored tonight from FanDuel. So let's hope they're right on that. All right, we're going to wrap it up, Mike. Thanks for being here again today on Pinstripe People. He's Mike Lindsley. I am Sal Maiorana. We are sponsored by FanDuel here on the Believe Network. Have a great day, and we'll be back talking to you either Wednesday afternoon after the day game against the Pirates or Thursday morning at the latest. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube show, the podcast, like all that stuff that you guys do. Share it, please. We need the numbers. We appreciate you being here. Have a great day, guys. And Mike, you take care too.